In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
St. Xavier Church stands as a downtown Cincinnati landmark that is both iconic and historic. The church was initially completed in 1861 at a time the city was growing rapidly. Following a devastating fire in 1882, the church had to be restored. But for generations of greater Cincinnatians, the church on Sycamore Street is far more than a landmark. It is an enduring symbol of the Catholic Church in the Queen City and the original Cincinnati home of the Society of Jesus, the Jesuits, who have always operated the parish. Like many inner-city churches, the number of parishioners has varied widely over all these many years. Since Father Eric Knapp became pastor of St. Xavier in 2005, the number of parishioners has again grown steadily. The new members are from a wide geographic area, the downtown area, of course, but also from locations throughout the tri-state. There is plenty of room for all.
I do take pride in the fact that we have a full church, and I have take great pride that people feel spiritually nourished here, whether they be young or old, whether they be from any one of the 126 zip codes that are represented by our congregation. Whether the people feel that this is a place where they can stop and get a Mass, whether it be the convenience of the Mass schedule, whether it be the solid liturgies, the good preaching, the wonderful music, just the decor and the sort of ambiance. It looks like a church. And for whatever reason, it's attracting people. And most people that make this their spiritual home arrive here after some process of discernment or some searching for a place where they can worship and pray and feel that they're not alone in their Christian faith.
For parishioners like John and Marguerite Crone, the Jesuit identity of St. Xavier is what makes the parish special.
Jesuits make a difference, I think, through their homilies and through everything that they do. They bring a spirituality to this church. They're smart people. They're very learned people. They have a worldly experience, not just a Cincinnati experience. So it's the broad base of knowledge, if you will, and spirituality that attracts me to this church.
Members of the parish strive to always make St. Xavier a welcoming place, whether through events like periodic pancake breakfast after Mass or a host of other social activities. This welcoming spirit is perhaps most obvious at the daily and weekend Masses, especially at the Sign of Peace. This outreach to everyone, especially newcomers, is deliberate and remembered by those who go on to choose St. Xavier as their spiritual home.
Here people are leaning over, over the pews to shake your hand. They're coming over, they're walking over. It's very much in the sense of they want to get to know kind of who might be new and everything. And as a new parishioner, I've only been here maybe, a year, a little over a year. I already feel like a welcome member of St. X.
Mark Komanecki and Jennifer Thumb also like St. Xavier's Jesuit heritage.
Educators, that's how I came to know the Jesuits in prep school, then in college, then in graduate school. And that imparting of wisdom, that teaching, that very Socratic method of give and take in the classroom. So I'm not going to give you the answer, but I'm going to ask you questions. So you come to the answer yourself. It's rich, it's fulfilling. That's exactly what they do here.
It's more of an intellectual exercise as well, kind of giving you the room and the tools to really understand and grow, rather than just saying, this is the way it is and here, do it, or you must believe this. They help you really understand and deepen your understanding.
Whether it's Easter Sunday, a special feast day, or any Sunday in ordinary time, parishioners tie their spiritual journeys to the weekend Masses. Regardless of the celebrant, the liturgies are often taken to heart.
The Masses, they are exceptional. It hits home, wakes you up a little bit, if you're sleepy or whatever, it wakes you up because it's talking to you directly. like I said, sometimes it hits home and it's like, bing, okay, they're talking to me, wake up.
It is St. Xavier's location on Sycamore Street downtown that in part defines both its recent growth and its challenges today.
What's so unique about this parish is that it is so Jesuit. Here it sits between these big Fortune 50 companies on one side of it and the urban poor just north of it. And I think that's where that richness and that Jesuitness comes from. It sits where it should. It should sit between those two places and facilitate the wealth and privilege of one and the needs of others. So I think that's one of the reasons why so many people come here. It's not just serving this local community, but people are coming in because of that richness and that ability to bring, in essence, those two worlds together.
The church has long been a favorite for weddings, in part because of its long aisle and distinctive architecture. And these occasions are significant events in the sacramental life of St. Xavier. More and more, these brides and grooms are becoming permanent parishioners. Where baptisms occurred only occasionally not that long ago, the number of baptisms in recent years has jumped to about 70 each year. It's an increase attributed in large part to those who said their wedding vows at St. Xavier, then made it their spiritual home.
And of the Holy Spirit.
I embroider bibs for the baptismal children, and I know when we first got into this 20 years ago, you maybe embroidered one bib a year. Now we're doing, I think I do about 30 of them every year or so to keep up, and other people do too, help out with it too. So it's made a change.
The increasing number of parishioners means that there are more people to welcome into the larger Catholic Church as well. St. Xavier is well represented in parishes bringing new adult Catholics into the church through its RCIA program. With a resurgent downtown Cincinnati and a renewed energy at St. Xavier, the parish is now looking forward. As new plans progress, it's important to remember that through all the years of its existence, St. Xavier has been a prayerful place.
These walls are just saturated with generations of prayer and hopes and dreams, and the people who come in and all looking for God and realizing they find God, they experience God here. That's just a very humbling and very touching dimension to this parish that I'm not sure is echoed and reflected in any other parish.
One Jesuit charism is always to do better, to achieve the more, or, in Latin, the Magis. And so Magis provides the title and spirit of St. Xavier's campaign for the future. The proposed new plaza on the north side of the church and the remaking of the undercroft are the two main components of the project. But a facelift to the exterior of St. Xavier is also in the plans. It will reinforce the church's image as a vital part of the neighborhood.
The exterior was painted several years ago, and we would like to remove that paint or adapt the paint, the current as it is, to look like what it did, to resemble what it looked like when they constructed it back in the mid-19th century. In addition, we want to light up the church to let people know as they come off 471 or 71 and turned onto Sycamore Street that this parish is here. It's on the historical registry. It has a place in this neighborhood. And incidentally, the neighborhood has redefined itself as St. Xavier Park, St. Xavier Place.
This connection to the neighborhood is important to many of St. Xavier's new parishioners who live near the church.
Investing in downtown, investing in the infrastructure, investing in the city itself is so important right now. In one sense, why wouldn't the church also want to be part of that? Why wouldn't the church want to be part of kind of this new generation and this new, vibrant downtown? And so yes, investing in that to be able to make the church better, because I think it's going to continue to grow. So yes, we should continue to invest in this to be able to make the church a better place for all of us.
The landscaping around the plaza will add an element of beautification to the project and the neighborhood.
The other is that we are kind of in this sort of urban environment, and there's a lot of concrete. Landscaping Sycamore Street, landscaping around the church would allow us to show that there's real life here and that we are contributing to the beauty of the neighborhood that is rapidly changing before us, whether it be with new residences, new businesses, and new endeavors with the corporate world, but also with the city. It shows that we are going along with the city to continue to beautify it and make it a safe environment for all people in the neighborhood and in the parish to use.
The vitality of St. Xavier, complete with the plans for the future, demonstrate that the church is alive and growing more than 150 years after St. Xavier Church began serving Cincinnati.